Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Hawk, aka Aaron Hawkins. Welcome to another episode of My Perspective Podcast. And check this out. I hope what I say resonate with you, provoke thought, hopefully provoke change. But if not, no harm, no foul. Because at the end of the day, it's just my perspective. Man, thank y'all for rocking out with your boy. One more time, hey, do me a favor. You know what time it is? Hit the subscribe button. I need y'all to hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get the subs up. Help your boy out. Help me reach the numbers, so we can grow the platform. I hope what I'm saying, man, it means something to you. I hope y'all getting a positive, hope it's something positive you see out of it. Hopefully I hope it's entertaining as well. But I hope it's impactful. That's what I hope more than anything. I hope it's making an impact to who hear it. So, but at the end of the day, it's just my perception. It's my thoughts, my ideas, my ideology. That's it. I ain't no doctor. I ain't no licensed psychologist. I ain't no therapist, ain't no life coach, ain't no health coach, ain't no relationship guru, none of that. I just giving you a little game from my perspective. That's it. I hope you can use it. If not, we're just having good conversation at the end of the day. We're gonna jump right into it, man. I want to talk about today the benefits of having a solid foundation uh, in a relationship. You can apply this to anything, but I want to talk about the benefits of having a solid foundation, but also the consequences of not having a solid foundation. And we're gonna start from our upbringing. Foundation is very very important in anything. Building a house, um, starting a business, non-profit. Uh, I know some of y'all into the sororities, fraternities. You got to start anything on a solid foundation, and if you don't, it's gonna be trouble. It's gonna always be um, problems if you don't. You can't build a house on sand. Why? Because there's no solid foundation. If you try to build a house without digging the footers deep enough, then pouring the concrete thick enough to build a house that can withstand hurricanes, tornadoes, um, rain, hail, you got to have the foundation to support it. And that's no different than anything in life. We all know that. Um, whether it's relationships, whether it's your spiritual walk, whether it's your purpose for a career, anything, you got to have the solid foundation. And when we're talking about relationships, that's the mindset. And every foundation is relative to each individual and each couple. So there's no one size fit all. There's no cookie cutter way to go about doing things. But no, but however, you still you get with your significant other, y'all start a journey together. Y'all got to create um, rules of engagement. You got to create that foundation. It has to be strong. If not, you're not gonna last long, or you're gonna be in a long-lasting, miserable, toxic environment, toxic relationship. And that ain't good. That ain't no fun for nobody because it creates other problems, other situations that are not healthy. So yeah, let's talk about it. Y'all let me know in the chat how y'all feel about your foundation. Is it strong? It could be better. Or you don't have one. Let me know in the chat. Um, I've had depending on the relationship, very solid foundation and not so solid foundation. It's just based on the level of communication that one have with another. If y'all not too communicative with one another, chances are y'all just doing your own thing. Um, You doing what you think is right, and they doing what they think is right, and no one's coming together to form um, a solid foundation. The benefits of having a solid foundation stems from how you raise your kids, how you go about your career, how you are with your family, immediate family and extended family, uh, the way you handle your money, uh, the way you take your trips, your finances, and everything, the way you prioritize life. These are these can benefit from having a solid foundation. So, I'll give you an example. If I'm a spender and my wife is a saver, but we create a plan to save, and I trust her, we'll be in a far better situation long term financially than with my way of thinking, which is spend, spend, spend. It's all hypothetical, of course. I don't spend a whole lot. But if I pull that I'm the man bull job, my way to highway bull job, we're going to stay in the rut because there's no agreement. There's no unity. There's no oneness. So guess what? That foundation ain't worth it down. But if I follow her expertise when it comes to saving, uh, we'll have money in the bank. We'll be able to take vacation and don't have to worry about how we paying our light bill when we get back. We'll have a mortgage we can afford and the house we want. We'll have good credit. We'll have um, savings. We'll have uh, things in place for our kids and grandkids. The proper insurance, all because she's good with the money. We're good with the money. These stem from having a solid foundation. These types of things stem from having a guideline, if you will, a playbook, if you will. That's all the foundation is, something to go by. Most of us, not all of us, but most of us in our upbringing, we didn't have nothing to go by. Mom and dad did the best they could. A lot of us didn't have mom and daddy in the house together, so you getting bits and pieces from your daddy whenever he's available. You getting the best mama can because she got to work, uh, play mama and daddy, things like that. And y'all not on one accord. Probably don't co-parent well. She parents one way, he parents another way. So the child just getting bits and pieces and fragments of life, as opposed to um, two people on the same page instead of the same morals and values in their kids. Um, this is probably one of the more from not having a solid foundation. It's probably one of the more damaging things to us as a people because shit, we ain't together on nothing. How can we have anything solid when we're not together? It's one thing to not be together with a stranger, but we say we got to come and call. It's one thing to like be apprehensive or side eye a person you don't know, but we trying to create a common goal. I understand that, but when you and your spouse are not together, or you and your you can't co-parent together, you can't come together with the family member, man, you putting yourself in a bigger deficit because of that. And you're gonna suffer long term, and your kids gonna suffer long term if you have any. Um, Case in point, I can remember my parents did the best they could, and they created a foundation. I grew up Christian. I grew up Christian. My mom and dad in the church all my life. I did a brief. I was in the church as well for a period of time, and I appreciate my experience. In religion and Christianity, I really do. Um, and it was a strong foundation. However, it was a foundation based out of fear. Um, it was a fear-based foundation. because we wanted to please God. And if we didn't please God, we were going to die and go to hell, burn in the lake of fire with brimstone, all that type of stuff. And that's cool, and I respect it. But when you're young and you're curious and you got so many questions that nobody can answer, what you gonna do? You're gonna explore. So, with that being said, if you don't instill um, principles and morals that your kids can adhere to and understand and adapt to, um, it can be challenging. It can be challenging, or you ain't got no leg to stand on. Meaning, your mama ain't teaching you nothing but the basics, like just don't go out the house, stay your ass home, that type of thing. Ain't checking your homework. Daddy ain't around. When he come around, he just giving you money. Um, just he being the fun guy because he ain't around, so he overcompensates for not being there, or he just giving you money to get you out of his house so he can keep doing what he's doing without you. Things like that. So now, as a child, the child is forced to grow up figuring everything out on his own, good or bad. And this creates a lot of challenges, a lot of problems. Um, Molestation, for example. People who prey on the weak and people who prey on the children, they see kids who don't have, who wander aimless. They see children who wander aimlessly, and they prey on that, and they will take advantage of that. Meaning, say the child don't got no good clothes on, they'll go out and buy some clothes. They'll go out and buy some nice shoes. They'll put a little money in their pocket, and they'll pretend to be a friend. And all in all, they just want to conquer the child. Um, Same with young girls. Ain't got no foundation, ain't got nothing to go by, ain't got nothing to stand on. Parents ain't teaching nothing or what to believe in, what to strive for, things like that. So guess what? She a pretty little girl. She innocent. I ain't got a clue what's going on out here. She just innocent, and she easily misled, easily fall into peer pressure. Why? Because she don't have no foundation. She don't have nothing to go by. Because nobody taught her anything but how to wake up, go to bed, basic stuff, but nothing to strive for. They wander around, just hopeless and aimless, innocent, happy-go-lucky, just happy for life. But that's pretty much it. So you get these predators, these people who see your innocence and want to take advantage of it. And these types of things scar us for life because of the lack of the foundation, or no foundation at all. I thank God for the single moms who push their children, who planted those seeds. I thank God for the single parent, the single fathers who pushed their kids, who planted those seeds, who provided that structure, that safe environment, who made them earn their living, not just gave them everything for free. Made them earn a keep, taught them the value of $1, things like that. Taught them the value of setting goals and how to work hard, good work ethic to achieve your goal. Taught them how to avoid distractions and things of that nature. Because you got goals you want to reach. This is the foundation that I'm referring to that we don't have. The majority of us don't have as a people. It's not a black and white thing. It's a human thing. We just go out what we see on TV, but reality is it's just as many white people walking around aimlessly as it is black people. It just looks like the white race or the European race, people of European descent, are way advanced ahead of us because of what they put on TV. So they are more advanced than us as far as wealth accumulation and things like that. That's because of racism, due to slavery, quite honestly, and division. They divided us up into different nationalities, making us think we're not all one people. So that's another topic for another conversation. But what I'm saying is, there's a lot of us out here wandering aimlessly with no direction, no hope, parents on drugs, things like that. So that created latchkey kids. Latchkey kids were kids who pretty much had to fend for themselves. Mama had to work, so she couldn't be home to oversee the kids. She couldn't be home to check their homework. She couldn't be home to make sure they were doing everything they were supposed to do because she had to provide a living for them. Because the co-parent situation ain't working just right. So, and vice versa. Daddy out working, single fathers. Daddy got to go to work, so he can't be there when kids got out of school because of his job schedule, whatever the case may be. I'm not saying all negative. I'm just saying just like how life is. So this is the trickle down effect of not having a solid foundation. Or there's two ways. Let me stop and just say this before I continue. There's two ways that a person will not have a solid foundation in their life. Either their parents didn't have one to give them, or rebellion. Two ways. Either your parents didn't have a solid foundation to give you, or you rebelled what your parents was instilling in you. But guess what? It's still there. It's just lying dormant because you rebelled. But it's gonna come up eventually. Hopefully, if it don't save you, it'll be good for your kids and grandkids. But at our age, I'm damn near 50, so we already grown and did whatever we done did. But hopefully, we can instill this into our kids and our grandkids, so they won't go the same route we went. So think about it now. Let's think about it for a second. Um, we make jokes about it, especially African American community. We laugh at everything, and it be funny, but it be true. Man, you just don't know how many times your mother had to do some things she ain't proud of to make sure you had school clothes, to make sure the light stayed on, to make sure y'all had food on the table. Um, yeah, yeah, you'll be surprised the disrespect your father had to go through on that job, or uh, taking these odd jobs, and the disrespect and the vitriol he had to endure for you to have a roof over your head, uh, to make ends meet, to make sure y'all had a normalest life as possible. This all stems from, not all, but most of them not having a solid foundation. The foundation is what roots you. It's what roots you. And you could be my age and still not have a solid foundation. So this is why I'm talking about it. But it ain't too late to build one, to start one. It ain't too late to start one. But I'm just saying, you have um, young girls starting their lives out at 16, 18 years old, don't got a clue about nothing. Go grab a Section 8 apartment, just start living. Oh, that makes them grown. Well, that don't make you grown. That just makes you of age. But your brain's still not fully developed. But guess what? That 23-year-old no good dude who just a predator, he see you as meat. He see you as a piece of salmon glazed in honey. He don't see your innocence. He's trying to exploit your innocence and take advantage of your innocence. You don't know no better. You just drinking the Kool-Aid. Now you pregnant. Now what? He ain't nowhere in the picture. Or he can't be in the picture because he's too old. Now he's scared of going to jail because he's underage. Things like that. So it's all the things we face by not instilling uh, basic principles and morals into our kids. Uh, Not giving them a roadmap to go by. And I'm gonna tell you this: two things. When I was a teenager, I think I just graduated high school. When I was dating this young lady, I won't call her name because she married now, man. Beautiful girl, like she was really sharp. She was really digging me. She was really digging me. But I was more advanced than her. I wasn't no predator, but I started having sex, as a teenager or whatever. And that was on my mind. That governed everything about me. But she wasn't on that. She had a roadmap she was living on. She was going by. She didn't deviate from that roadmap. Took her to prom. Took her, hung out at the family house. parents liked me and everything. But one thing for sure, man, that girl did not deviate from what was instilled in her. She wasn't stepping outside those boundaries. Then I couldn't see it. So I eventually broke up with her, stopped talking to her. But now she had it right the whole time. She had it right the whole time. She stayed on the roadmap that she was on and found and had the life that her parents instilled in her to have. Why? Because of the foundation. Why? Because of the foundation. I'm not saying my parents didn't instill the foundation in me. Maybe I was a rebellious one. Yeah, she stayed on track. She stayed the course. And not saying how life is peaches and cream now, 'cause I don't know. But from the outside looking in, beautiful life. Beautiful life. I know this much. She didn't sidetrack. She didn't sidetrack. At least not with me, she did. Yeah. She got the house, kids, the picket fence, stay at home, all that because of what was instilled in her and because she believed in it and she didn't deviate from it. Yeah. So these are the things, and then I'm gonna say myself, my children, as a result of me and their mother divorcing, it altered their foundation and their lives and the trajectory of their lives changed forever because of the damage, the crack in the foundation between me and their mother. Yeah, yeah. My kids had a good path in life. They was on a good track. All three of them. But because of the misfortunes of between me and their mother, ultimately, I messed up. I messed the marriage up by stepping outside my marriage. Not honoring my vows anymore. Yeah, and then my wife, my ex-wife, she had enough. She called for a divorce. I didn't want the divorce, but you know, put up, only put up with stuff for so long. So she had enough. So hey, because of that split, it damaged my kids as well. There were collateral damage in it as well. But it changed the trajectory of their life. So all these plans that they was doing, they was on track to do, they no longer did them. My daughter's still trying to, she's in school, so she's making the best of things now. She's going to be a nurse, so I'm proud of her for that. But it could have been further along had the foundation been solid. Had the foundation been solid, I take full responsibility for that. Uh, because of my misfortune, me messing up, it changed the trajectory of my kid's life, and I regret that every day. Every day, it's so much so that it altered the relationship between me and my kids when that foundation changed, or when that shift in that foundation took place. Ultimately, like everything changed. The relationship between me and my children, of course, me and their mother, that is what it is. But these are the things that happen when you don't stand on a solid foundation, or you don't stick to the roadmap that you're on and building a solid foundation. I just want y'all to know that it ain't too late. It ain't too late to create a solid foundation. It's never too late. Now, you may not. Well, I'm gonna take that back. You still can benefit from having a solid foundation. You still can benefit from that. Um, your kids grown, they got their own lives, but you still can be an example. You still can communicate and give them tools and resources to help them um, to create their own solid foundation, however that may look for them. So uh, don't say it is what it is. You know, don't say that because it's never too late to change. Change is inevitable. We're forever changing. It's called evolution. Forever changing. But in which direction are we changing? Are we changing for the better? Or are we changing for the worse? Stagnant. Being stagnant is no good. You don't want to just be standing still, being in the same place this year, uh, next year this time, in the same exact place, doing the same exact thing. You always want to be progressive. You always want to become a better version of yourself, year in and year out, day in and day out. But that stems with sacrifice. That stems with work. It ain't gonna be easy to build a foundation. It's gonna take work. But if two people are willing and love each other like they say they do, it can happen. Yeah, it can happen. If two people love each other like they say they do, it can happen. Anything's possible. I think a lot of us get love mixed up with lust, and love mixed up with vibing. Lust is just a strong desire, a strong desire. And most times, lust comes in a physical form, sexual, that type of thing. You desire her strongly. You desire him strongly in an intimate way. But long term, you got to put that work in. That strong desire, it's gonna fade away. It's gonna fade away. He ain't gonna always be that fine lady. He gonna that body gonna start sagging eventually. Ask me how I know, because mine's sagging. She ain't gonna be that fine always, lady. Even when she go to Dr. Miami, fellas, even when she go to Dr. Miami, and get her stomach and put it in her booty, and then stitch her stomach up like she a teenage girl with no belly fat. That thing gonna go back to how it used to be if she don't put that work in. If you don't put that work in, gravity gonna take over. That's just called life. So, but you gotta put the work in. That's every day. You and your significant other working and fighting for the same cause, and that's true love, true unity, standing firm on a solid foundation, avoid distractions. It take effort. It take continuous effort. I salute the 1% that's working at it every day, overcoming obstacles together, and coming out victorious every time. And when you see them, they're genuinely happy. This is why they created a solid foundation that worked for them. While the rest of us will just starting relationships off, starting our lives together with our significant other, just on pure emotion, just on pure love. Man, my daddy told me you're gonna fall in and out of love your whole relationship. It ain't nothing but the truth. You ain't gonna like each other every day. She gonna make you sick, and he gonna make you sick. That's what it's gonna be. But the foundation and the commitment is what's gonna keep y'all together. That goal that y'all set, that's what's gonna keep y'all together. And that foundation, that friendship, that undergirds the relationship, that's what's gonna keep you together. If y'all are not friends, you ain't gonna last. If you can't confide in your wife or your girlfriend, shit, who you gonna confide in? The other woman? Fucking up. And vice versa. If you can't confide in your husband or your boyfriend, who you gonna confide in? That nigga at work? Fucking up. Yeah. This is why foundation is so important. This is why foundation is so important. If you can't confide in one another, you can't be vulnerable with one another, foundation ain't right. The foundation ain't right. If you take your spouse, your significant other's vulnerability and use it against them, the foundation ain't right. If you use sex as a weapon, ladies, the foundation ain't right. And if you use money as a weapon, fellas, the foundation ain't right. These are some of the things that we do to mess up what we got. These are some of the things that let you know that you're standing on an unstable foundation. Real talk. If you use your money as a weapon, like dangling a carrot over your wife's head to keep her in line, keep her in check, man, you ain't got nothing. And if you use the sex as a weapon to punish your man for not doing what you want him to do, you messing up. You pushing him to the other woman. You pushing him to the other woman. And fellas, here's what you doing. You know how many snipers out here? Do you know how many snipers out here waiting to give your wife the bag so he can conquer your lady? They waiting. Don't do this. Please don't do this, but shit. You mess around going her DM? Man, there's meat shop money's out here, man. There's meat shop money's out here, man. These niggas ain't playing. They ain't playing. They playing for keeps. Yeah. They waiting for you to mess up. But if your foundation's solid, guess what? She avoiding them distractions. She ain't paying no attention. She ain't thinking about opening no DM. She ain't thinking about opening no inbox. If the foundation's solid, or if that foundation faulty, got a crack in it, dang. She might entertain one or two. And vice versa. If the foundation's solid, you ain't thinking about no other woman, fella. Cause your best friend, your lady. Y'all locked in. Whatever she say, that's what you want to hear. You don't care what nobody else say but her. Not even what your mama say. When the foundation's solid, but guess what? When it ain't solid, you go to entertaining too. Now everything going to hell in the handbasket. The two in love to leave one another. But you're so mad you're playing get back. Just toxic. Why? The foundation ain't solid. Yeah, you said the thing start from children on up. Innocence get taken. And because your innocence get taken, you become what you hate. Now you don't got no love for your children. You ain't telling them nothing good. Because your life wasn't good. When the cycle gonna stop? When is the cycle gonna stop? Somebody gotta be the bigger person to end the cycle. Because we got too many beautiful minds out here that's going to waste because we're not instilling basic. Now, I'm not even talking advanced, basic principles and morals into our children and our loved ones to establish and create these foundations that I'm talking about. You can be married 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years and be miserable because you ain't on a solid foundation. Just bickering and fighting over the same things over and over and over again. You got a side nigga, he got a side chick. Y'all just existing. Y'all not living, y'all just merely existing. You know, the foundation ain't what it's supposed to be. And most of us, when you commit to somebody, whether good or bad, when you see it right on the wall, you still hang in there knowing or just end it. Because your pride, because your love. Ain't nobody thinking with logic. Ain't nobody using logic. Everybody's just still on emotion. But your heart make a fool out you all the time. But when you on a solid foundation, you use your brain, you use logic, you use critical thinking. You keep your heart in check, keep your feelings in check, and keep your family in check. These are things that can help with the right foundation. I'm gonna end it with that. So man, y'all think about what I'm saying. If the foundation strong, put a one in the chat, in the comment section. If the foundation strong, give me that one. If you need a little help, give me a two. Let me see a two. If it's non-existent, hell, let me get that three. But guess what? There's hope though. It ain't over. There's hope. Man, guess what? You can always start over. If it ain't working, and you try everything you know how to do, man, it's okay to leave. It's okay to leave. Love still out there, but the right way. Hey, that's it for me today. It's your boy. Hey, man, y'all tap in. Subscribe to my channel. Until next time. Love y'all. Peace.